Hey, this is PJ with CLK Supplies, and welcome back to another episode of Key Machine Battle. Today we have Tanner. Tanner, thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
And Shirley, thanks for coming on.
Glad to be back.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be putting up an entry-level machine. This happens to be the 339C by ESP up against the Silca Swift machine. Now, the price of the Swift is about double of this 339C. And a big question we get asked, a lot of phone calls, a lot of email questions, really asking, is the Swift double the price of a entry-level machine? Now, in the grand scheme of things, this would be like your entry level, this would be your intermediate per se, and then like a Matrix 2 would be like the best, right? So this is kind of entry level to mid-grade. But the question that we want to answer today is, how much difference is there between a entry level and a mid-grade?
Okay.
So what I have done is I put a Volkswagen key cut for each one of you, and then also a blank of the HU66. So if you guys each want to cut one side on each of these machines and then switch and cut the other side, so you guys can both compare the two back to back and see what you guys think.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right, so we're going to get started, and then at the end we'll see what you guys have to say.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. Alright, so guys, how was it? You guys each cut them both here. What are your initial thoughts between the two?
I had a lot of fun.
You had a lot of fun.
That did
A lot of
be
fun.
fun. I prefer this here one. I liked it. It was more smoother, easygoing.
Okay, it was just smoother, easy going for you.
Right. Even in the cuts, I can tell a little bit. It was much a smoother cut.
Much smoother cut.
Yes.
I personally had about the same experience in both machines.
Okay.
Opposite cutting. This side on the right, you're cutting. This side on the left, you're cutting.
So you're saying that the
Jumping
cutter
from-
and the tracer are
machine
swapped.
to machine, jumping back and forth might get a little confusing, but other than that, it cut great. Cut with speed if you're trying to race through them.
Okay.
Nice and smooth. This is a little more jiggly. That thing feels like it's more tampered, or I guess vibration, less vibration, I guess.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think if you compare the footprint, this is definitely a little smaller. You can tell probably there's a little bit more engineering and plastic pieces went over it.
Yeah.
But now, if you guys were to have to cut, let's say, 5 keys a month, right? Maybe you're already in the locksmithing business, but you're not duplicating any high security keys. you know, maybe you're just getting started. If you plan to cut maybe 5, let's say 10 keys a month, is it worth spending that double the money for this, or do you think this would be a decent entry level machine?
I'm right there with you. Decent entry level machine. Starting out fresh, new locksmith.
And you know,
The funds are a little low. Start
Yep.
with this thing, get to know it, get to know cutting high security keys, then move up to something like that, a little more fancy. This does still as good a job as that. That's just more, I guess, user friendly,
more user
calmer,
friendly.
easier, better handles. I
Okay.
wouldn't say better handles, just different assembly altogether.
Yeah, I mean, you can just tell between the two of them. You know, this one's definitely nicer.
Yep.
Right. It is over the money. Now, how about you, Shirley? I mean, if you were gonna cut 5, 10 keys a month,
I agree. For half the price, it probably is better for an entry level. But if you're looking for a nice smooth one you're not gonna have problems with, I would go with the Silca.
okay. So now let's talk about the other side of it. Okay, for you guys, you guys cut a lot of high security keys, right? If you're cutting, let's say, maybe 10 a week or 30 a month, 40 a month, and I mean, is this machine worth the double the money? This
I would
Swift
think
here?
so.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna be cutting a lot. This is the one I want.
Okay.
It's nice and smooth.
Okay. So from your, go for it.
If you're using it every day, that's something you definitely want to go for.
If you're using it every day.
This is just a random mill. A couple people come in once, twice a week. Definitely go with something like that. If you're cutting, 3 a day, 4 a day, 20 a week, definitely go with something.
Going with a machine like this.
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, is it safe to say like these both kind of have their place,
Absolutely.
They do.
right? But
Absolutely.
let's to expect cutting 30 a week on this machine, probably not ideal,
I wouldn't.
right? This one's built for 30 a week
Correct.
over this one.
Absolutely. If you're gonna have it out in front of your customer, also, if you're out on your front counter with your glass in front, this looks a little more appealing.
Okay.
This looks an older machine. They still do a great job. Hands down, I would go with either one.
Okay. Well, great guys. I appreciate you guys both coming on, and thanks for watching. We will see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.